Okay, now we're going to tackle double angle identities. And you know that that's what you're tackling because it tells you right here. So it might not tell you here, but it tells you right here that you're looking for the double angle, sine, the double angle of sine. It also tells you which quadrant, so between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. And the reason that's important is because when you plug the sine and cosine values, you'll know that in the third quadrant, both of those are negative. But the only information they tell you is the tangent. Well, when you must find additional information, think about it this way. So if tangent theta is 12/5 or 12/5, 12 is the opposite or the sine value, and 5 is the cosine value. So if you find the hypotenuse, then you can put sine over the hypotenuse, and you could put cosine over the hypotenuse to give you your sine and cosine values. So think about this: opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. So to find the hypotenuse, remember these are the legs. The opposite side is a leg and 5 is a leg, so there the a squared and the b squared equals the c squared. So I have it down below. Then the hypotenuse, there we have it. So 12 squared plus 5 squared is the hypotenuse squared. Well, 12 squared is 144 plus 25 is the hypotenuse squared. 145 plus 25 is 169. When you take the square root of 169, for the purposes of length, you get a positive root 13. And now that's the hypotenuse. Well, here's your opposite, and we know it's in the third quadrant, so sine is going to be negative 12/13. Cosine, here's the cosine value, and we're in the third quadrant, so it'll be negative 5/13. So let's look to see. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff just to get it out of the way. All right, so now that we know our sine and cosine, we can plug those values into the identity. You can look at your identity sheet under the double angles. You'll see for sine double angle, it's 2 times sine. So 2 times this times cosine. We're going to plug those values in. So 2 times sine is negative 12/13. Cosine is negative 5/13. When I multiply negative 12 times negative 5, I get positive 60. 13 times 13 is 169. Remember that 2 is like saying 2 over 1. So then just multiply. So 2 times 60 is 120. 1 times 169 is just 169. So sine of 2 theta is 120 over 169. And think about that. So even though we're in this third quadrant, whatever that angle is, and you could figure it out, you could say inverse sine of 120 divide 169 to figure out the angle. And when you double it, notice the answer is positive. So when you double this, you're either going to end up in this quadrant, where sine, the y value, is back to positive. All right, that's it for now.